It's not a surprise that if you want to make money, a lot of it you cannot simply really rely on your job. That paycheck you get in the end of the every month isn't enough, even enough to cover all of your expenses. No wonder why you get into the debt every now and then. But honestly, there aren't many options that you see in front of you. You mean you are not born into some kind of the royal family where you are showered with cash? You didn't get the chance to go to prestige business school, and the financial world seems so complicated. That's it seems like it's not for you at all. So it's absolutely normal to feel lost. You haven't been taught to make money independently, other than the working for someone else. That's why here in this video we will take a look at some of the principles that if you understand, you will most likely to find your path to financial independence. Let's make one thing clear. No matter how great is your job, it will never get you to financial freedom because you are paid according to the hours you work. But the problem is that there is absolutely no way to have more than 24 hours a day. So if you try to get a higher paying job, your income will still be relatively limited. Therefore, looking for a better job isn't really the best options. Just a little disclaimer here. Of course, get a better job if you can, but the point is, in the long run, it's not the best strategy to become financially free. Then the question is, what should you do? Well, my dear friend, make some else work for you. Like your money, for example. For most people, money this is a magical tool that they can use to buy whatever they want. But not everyone looks at money like that, because money can be an employee who will work for you day and night just to make you even more money. As weird as it sounds, it's the reality. In other words, it's known as the investing, which word you probably already heard. That's why the gap between the rich and the poor is constantly increasing. The more money rich people make, the more money invest. In fact, that's how most of them started initially. They first invested a little bit, since then all what they could afford, and as their income grew, their ability to invest also grew. It's exactly like running a business. You guide your employees to come up with a certain product or provide services that will generate income. But in this case, your employees are your money, whom you have to manage. Usually, when people think about investing, we imagine buying an assets like ounce of the gold, for example, because other time the price of the gold usually increases. But the problem is that it doesn't produce anything over time. It just stays the way it's. That's why it's not an efficient way to invest. No wonder they are known as the unproductive assets. On the other hand, they are productive assets, like the small businesses, for example, shop. You buy the businesses, and at the end of the years, you still have got the businesses, but also the money that it has been generating over the year. Of course, there could be lots of the other examples, like the house. If you rent it out, you will have the cash flow every month, or a farm that produce crops. The general idea is that you should buy something that will at least keeps its values, and at the time produce something that could be turned into the income. But not everyone can afford that. Buying even a small house or the business costs a lot of the money. Where will I get that? Even if I sleep in the streets and do not eat or drink anything, and I save every single penny of my income for the entire year, which is pretty much impossible, I still won't be able to buy a little tiny house. Well, that's why we have the place called stock market. Since business is worth billions of the dollars, they are divided into the little stocks that almost anyone can afford them. Owning a stocks is like owning a little piece of the company, and the company will share with you a tiny part of its income every year. In other words, the more stocks you own, the more dividends you will be paid. Of course, it's not as easy as it sounds, so make sure you learn first how the stocks market works before you throw your money in. Otherwise, you will find yourself broken in no time. But that's the perfect example of how you can make your money work for you. You should not necessarily get into the stock markets. You can get creative and try something absolutely different. I remember a friend of mine once started buying containers and rented them out to companies, peoples, and whoever needs them. They don't cost much, but at the same time, it's possible to rent them out of the good sum of money. If you know how to do that, in summary, focus on the building more stream of income. When you spread your money on the getting productive assets, you will have the constant flow of money. It might not be much in the beginning, but with each extra stream of income, you will have more opportunities to buy more productive assets. And now it's your turn. What do you think is the best investments you can make? Let me know in the comment below. And as always, hit the like button if you have enjoyed this video. And if you don't want to miss the next video, then hit the subscribe button and the bell besides it. Thanks for watching. I see you in the next one.